Greetings, beautiful people, and welcome to Sacred Solaris. My name is Samantha, and in today's video, we are diving into the Winter Solstice. We're going to be talking about reflections, rituals, and in general, practices for you to create your own innate connection with the energies of winter and the solstice day itself. This video is a part of a series covering the Wheel of the Year, the Pagan festivals, and the energies of the seasons. There's a playlist on my YouTube, and especially I encourage you, if you haven't seen my summer solstice video, to go and watch it, because some of the questions that I ask you in the summer solstice can be integrated into this video and your connection with the winter solstice as well.
As the chill of autumn intensifies throughout our skies, we cycle into the new season. The days are getting shorter and the nights seem to span forever. We have entered into the dark of winter, the cold, the quiet. And in the natural world, there can be a stillness observed, a slower pace. So many of the birds have migrated to warmer weather. Some animals have bunkered down in hibernation. Winter is the archetypal energy of death in the natural world. And as we are conditioned to fear the word death, without it, there can be no rebirth, no new beginnings, no spring. And we need to allow parts of ourselves to be transformed. We surrender to the void, we let go, we go within and allow change to come forth so we may be reborn. The winter solstice is the longest and darkest night of the year. It marks a moment in time, because from that moment, the light will start to return and we will head towards the warmth, the light, and the new. I am such a visual person, so mood and vision boards are an essential part of my planning when I want to connect to any type of energy or event. Getting pictures that really speak to the soul of what you're wanting to connect with, whether it's wintry forests, curling up with a good book and a warm hot chocolate or chai latte, the open fire. It could be photography of dreamy and moody pictures, anything that visually represents the winter solstice or whatever it is you're trying to connect with.
The point of these videos is me not telling you the history and the traditions and what you should do or what books tell you to do. The point of these videos is for me to just give you some reflections, to look at winter, the solstice, the day, so you can create your own connection, because I live in the subtropics of Australia. It is so warm here during winter, during the day, and I'm so blessed to be able to sit outside. Actually, even at the dawn, you'll see videos of me throughout this video doing dawn ceremonies, and it is freezing cold, don't get me wrong, but I can actually be outside and not get frostbite, and I can be out there for over an hour. Some people it's snowing, some people it's so bitterly cold that they need to have 4 layers of clothes. I only had a shirt on. So I can't tell you, nor should anyone tell you the connection that you should have with these special and sacred days. It is up to you, your history, your culture, your ancestry, where you live on this earth. All of these things are going to alchemize and become the connection that you have with this energy by reflecting and creating a connection with the cycling of the seasons, the cycling of the energies of the natural world. We will find a part of us that often is calling out to remember. So it's time to grab your journal as I prompt you through a few questions that are going to help you understand your own feelings about winter and the winter solstice. The first question is, when you walk outside in winter, you take a nice deep breath, what does it make you feel? How does the winter air, the chill, make you feel? For me, it makes me feel alive. There is something about the cold that makes me know that I am here. I can feel my fingers freezing, my nose turning red. Each breath is like a sharp, icy spike in my lungs. And as I exhale, I physically can see the warmth of my breath. Winter makes me feel alive. I feel so emotional talking about it because winter is our time often of reflection, of quiet, stillness. It's a time when we wonder, where we dream and think about what we want. In some places, in some traditions, the winter solstice is the new year. It is personally my new year. It is the solar and energetic rebirth of the sun, because every moment after the winter solstice, the sun will start getting more and more. The days will become lighter and lighter. Now, setting New Year's resolutions is quite difficult when we are halfway through the year in June, for those that are down in the south. But I want you to think about an energetic year, that the next season we will cycle into is spring, the new beginnings energy. And the next sort of thing that I want you to write down is, what do I want to bring in to the next solar year? What energy do I want to embody throughout spring and summer and autumn? What seeds will I need to plant in the next 3 months?
And when I say seeds, I don't mean ones that grow in the ground. I mean, what is the thing that you want to grow, to blossom and to bloom in your life? Is it health, finances? What has the last 12 months been like for you?
Winter is a time of introspection where you can kind of go in and reflect on all of the things that you have journeyed throughout this year that we are currently walking. You can think about autumn, you can think about summer, think about spring. What would you do different? What do you need to let go of? What lessons have you learned from this last cycle of seasons that you don't want to bring forward into the next?
There are so many rituals and ceremonies that you can perform on the winter solstice. It really is up to you. For me personally, it is with fire. On the darkest day at dawn, I get up with a candle or with an actual fire and celebrate the first light. This year, I'm creating it with oranges. All the tutorials and recipes from this video will be available on my Patreon, which I have all year round as I cycle through the seasons. The symbols that I place on my candles are from the Orgum, the ancient Celtic alphabet, symbols of protection, prosperity, and trees that I like to invoke, the magic that I personally work with. The biggest advice I would give anyone who wants to create magic is use your internal navigation system. When it comes to magic and the natural world, tune in to your inner knowing. You are connected and you have the answers. Sit in meditation and ask the plant spirits who needs to work with you. Is there a whisper? Is there a yell? The natural world wants to work with you in this way. All you have to do is listen.
One of the traditions that me and my family use to celebrate the winter solstice is a yule log.
I am a woman of Celtic ancestry, and to help me and my family connect with the ways of our ancestors, we create a traditional yule log filled with fresh herbs and candles to represent each one of us. We have pieces of paper with lists of the things we want to release from the year. And we pick up the log and we cast it into the fire. And as the herbs burn, it sains and cleanses all around with the smoke of the herbs. And finally, I close down the energy of the day with a fire as the sun is setting and we enter the darkest night of the year. You can hold circles with your friends, connecting with loved ones. I always think reaching out to others in these winter solstice celebrations is so powerful. To hold space together, to embrace each other with a hug. Coming together is what these special moments are really about.
Now I feel like I can speak for all of us when we say winter is cold. And in those times when we are in the cold, we often call out for warm food. I would love for you to reflect on a food or something that connects you to the energy of winter, something that warms your belly and makes your heart feel so good and alive. For me personally, I love making soup. I love having fresh bread. I love being able to have root vegetables like pumpkins and potatoes and carrots, picking herbs from my garden, cooking them over the stove and blending them down into a beautiful soup that I can eat with fresh bread.
One of my favorite things to do in winter is create a dandelion root chai tea. Filled with so many herbs, cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise, the list goes on. It really is up to you and you can perfect the recipe. My favorite oat milk, stirring on the stove and adding honey to taste. It really warms your belly on those cold winter days.
The next thing we think about is activities on the solstice day. It could be poetry, artwork. It might be yoga, moving your body and feeling warmth. It could be cooking, creating candle magic, doing ritual, whatever it may be. There are so many amazing activities that you can perform to help you connect with this and celebrate this day.
I was lucky enough to forage some pine cones, which I'm going to use for the end of our winter solstice celebration. I'm going to be writing down all the things I want to manifest in the next 12 months, rolling them up on pieces of paper and placing them inside the pine cones. Pine is an amazing plant spirit ally to work with this time of year. And as the sun goes down on the winter solstice, we'll cast it into the fire. We release it like a prayer, asking the universe to manifest all of our desires for our highest good.
I use winter as a time to reflect on my home, on my family, my fur babies. I love to look around my physical environment and see what I want to change, what energy needs shifting. Because for most people, they can't get out in winter. It's snowing, there's sleet, maybe it's raining, it's cold, it's miserable. You have to layer up a million layers so you can go outside. So if you're in your home, maybe have a reflection on if the energy in your home makes you feel amazing, if it's cozy, what can you do to clear and cleanse?
Whatever you decide to do on this special day, I send you blessings of love. Remember to not overthink it. Lead in with your heart and just connect, because spirit is all around you. And what you are doing when you connect to this ancient energy is remember the ways of our ancestors, remembering the ways that your soul has lived in past life and past life and past life. Remember and connect to the energy of the winter solstice.
So I hope that this video has helped you maybe reflect and start to create your own connection with the winter solstice. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for trusting me and allowing me to share my heart with you. Winter is honestly my favorite season, especially where I live in the world. I'm very lucky and blessed to be able to go outside. You've seen in this video, the flowers are still blooming where I live. In fact, I really want to show you. Come with me. This is out my garden. As you can see, I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. Now showing you my garden just demonstrates the differences, because so many of you will be watching this in winter where there is snow, ice, rain, and it's cold. And I'm sitting here in Australia with a garden filled with flowers. So how could I tell you what sort of connection you have to have? You are unique. You have your own innate connection with the natural world, with the spirits of the land, with your ancestors, with your soul. Completely unique, completely special.
So continue to honor yourself. Listen to your intuition. Listen to the call of spirit, because it is all around you.
These videos are like a dream come true, honestly. I'm so blessed and honored that you've been here watching this with me. If you would like to have the recipes and the step-by-step guides on how I do things throughout the seasons, come cycle with me in Patreon. I am launching it in September 2021, so whenever you're watching this in the future, it should all be live. If you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you would like. It helps so much support me and helps me create more videos. If you'd like to work with me further, you can head over to sacredsolaris.com, where I have information on all of my offerings, spirit dolls, readings, and some of the coursework and journeying work that I also hold and provide. Thank you again for being here. It's been my absolute honor, and enjoy the energy of the winter solstice. Bye guys.